Today's episode of Beyond the Mask is presented by the insurance specialists at Bright Think Wealth Strategies. Find the disability insurance coverage that fits you best right now. Email Robert Smith at rsmithjr@financialguide.com. The show is also made possible by the team at CRNA Financial Planning. Get a free consultation today to be guided through the complexities of investing and financial planning. Just visit crnafinancialplanning.com. We'd also like to thank Helping Hands and OSA EMR for their support of the show. And don't forget, listening to our podcast can earn you Class B credits. For more information on how you can submit them, check out the CE Credit tab on our website, beyondthemaskpodcast.com. Welcome to Beyond the Mask, Innovation and Opportunities for CRNAs, with Jeremy Stanley and Sharon Pierce. We know you spend your day caring for your patient's best interests. On our show, we want to care for you. Join us as we leave the operating room and learn the latest in the CRNA industry. Beyond the Mask starts in 10, 9, 8, 7.
Hello, Beyond the Mask listeners. Once again, Sharon and I had the opportunity to go to mid-year assembly in D.C. Of course, COVID has kept us away for 2 years, but we finally made it back. And like last time, we gave all the candidates an opportunity to present their views to the listeners of Beyond the Mask podcast. All AANA members will receive an official ballot around April the 19th. And voting will end at 12 p.m. Central Time on Tuesday, May the 3rd. We ask all our listeners to please make your vote count.
It's time for another special edition of Beyond the Mask, where we let you hear directly from the candidates running for various offices in the AANA 2022 election. Keep in mind that the order of names was determined randomly on the ballot and in this episode by the Leadership Identification Committee. Those elected will begin their fiscal year 2023 terms of office at the conclusion of the AANA 2022 Annual Congress in Chicago, Illinois. Today we will feature 2 candidates for President-elect, 3 candidates for Vice President, 2 for Treasurer, and 7 candidates for Directors. Remember that voting ends at noon Central Time on Tuesday, May 3rd, 2022. We begin with the candidates for President-elect. First, from Alabama, Heather Rankin.
I am Heather Rankin, a candidate for President-elect. Now, more than ever, we need proven leadership on our AANA Board of Directors as we make our way through uncharted territory and find our brightest future as a profession and association. As your former and present Treasurer, former Vice President, Region 7 Director, Alabama State President, and a CRNA with an MBA, I am the next choice for your President-elect. We need to continue to strengthen our membership, our finances, and our leadership throughout the association. Members are what make the AANA who we are now, who we were in the past, and who we will be in the future. We have seen membership growth over the past couple of years, and I have no doubt we will continue to see this growth. Where we are missing on those CRNAs who are just a few years out of school. Continuing to increase Board of Director outreach to programs and highlight the value of membership for our nurse anesthesia residents is a must. Here at MYA, I was very excited to see the number of nurse anesthesia residents in the audience when I gave the Treasurer's report. Additionally, the board has listened to the members through membership-driven initiatives, which I fully support and have personally led. Chairing the Membership Engagement Task Force, we had many great ideas from members, which were brought back to the staff and have been initiated or completed. Being member-centric and increasing the value of membership is part of our strategic plan, and we all know without the members, there is no AANA. I am glad that we have virtual meetings and business meetings as an option, and I'm proud that I was part of that process, but I'm so happy that we are back in person and hope to see many of you in Chicago at Annual Congress. Finances of the AANA are another top priority, and my 2 years as your treasurer have allowed me to have extensive looks at the budget and see the inside of the AANA. I know best governance is for us to remove our dues structure and to look at this, and now is the time to make that change. Additionally, as part of the Finance Committee, we're looking at increasing our non-dues revenue. We have some great ideas to strengthen the AANA revenue stream. I will say my MBA has allowed me to look at situations and finances with a different perspective and has been an asset as I have worked with the Finance Committee, the staff, and the board. Finally, leadership. Leadership growth is vital to moving our association forward. I've been blessed to have amazing mentors and coaches throughout my life, starting with my mom, a retired CRNA. The formal education I have and formal and informal education I've gotten through AANA meetings and mentors is really important. Bringing increased opportunities for leadership growth is a strategy for professional development and something you will see more of from the AANA in the near future. I'm also excited to continue to see more CRNAs in positions outside of the operating room, such as running for political office and in C-suites. With CRNAs in these positions, we continue to educate those outside of our profession on our unique role with critical care backgrounds, as well as our nurse anesthesiology education. With the COVID pandemic, many states have removed burdensome barriers to CRNA practice, and we need to ensure that these barriers are permanently removed. If it is good for the most critically ill patients during this time, it is good for all patients all the time. Remember what we offer. 3 things: quality, access, and cost effectiveness. I like to refer to this as the quack attack. My experience on the AANA board, in addition to the many national and state committees and task forces on which I have served and chaired, as well as working as a full-time pediatric CRNA at Children's of Alabama and adjunct faculty at MUSC, give me the foundation and experiences the AANA needs for your next president-elect. Thank you to the Alabama, Arizona, Georgia, Iowa, Kentucky, Missouri, Minnesota, North Carolina, South Carolina, Tennessee, and West Virginia associations of nurse anesthetists for the nomination. The AANA is a strong organization, and I promise to devote my time, effort, and talents to issues affecting our members, ensuring our organization stays strong for members now and in the future. I am Heather Rankin, and I ask for your vote for AANA President-elect.
The next candidate for President-elect, from Texas, Drew Riddle.
Well, hey, everybody. My name is Drew Riddle. I'm from Fort Worth, Texas, and I am honored to be a candidate running for AANA President-elect. And, in these election seasons, people ask, well, what's your platform? What are your issues? And I would say my issues are the issues of the association. As the president of the board, it's my job to set the tone of the board. It's my job to be the consummate professional in and out of the boardroom. And my individual opinions on issues matter, but I'm one of 11 votes, and the board speaks as one. While we may disagree in the boardroom, at the end of the day, we make a decision that's what we feel to be in the best interest of the association and our members. So with all of that being said, I think there's 3 issues that are facing our association and certainly our practice for CRNAs. The first is reimbursement parity. We all work very hard. We take excellent care of our patients, and we deserve to be paid accordingly. And the parity and reimbursement between our services and those provided by other individuals that provide anesthesia is critical. Disenfranchising the use of nurse anesthetists or somehow positioning one provider as a more financially lucrative choice than another is something that we absolutely have to work on. The board has been working on it, and we continue to do so. The second is full practice authority, the opportunity for, at the individual facility level, at the health system level, certainly state, and then ultimately in the VA as we work through that issue with full practice authority, for nurse anesthetists, for CRNAs to be able to practice what they are trained to do. We're not asking to do something for which we've not received training, but we're asking to do what we spend our time and money, effort, and energy and our passion to do. And the third is promoting the efficiency-driven anesthesia model. Recently rolled out by the AANA, the opportunity to ensure that nurse anesthetists in the way anesthesia care is provided by CRNAs is front and center in the boardrooms of the hospitals, the C-suite, to the chief medical officers, chief executive officers. I see those as sort of the 3 biggest issues facing us at the moment. But again, I would reiterate to everyone that the president of the AANA is there to be the chairman of the board, the consummate professional, the face of the association, someone that you feel as a membership comfortable sending into any situation and being the representative of the AANA. So with that, I thank you for taking a few minutes to listen to this. I'm Drew Riddle. I'm running for AANA President-elect, and I would certainly appreciate your vote.
As a CRNA, you spend years preparing yourself for this career, so we don't want to see you lose out on any of the income you've worked so hard to earn. The best way to protect yourself and give you the confidence that a major life event won't disrupt your financial future is through disability insurance. We've known disability income specialist Robert Smith for many years and have seen the work he's done with nearly 2,000 CRNAs over multiple decades. He can help identify any gaps in your existing coverage and fill those gaps by finding the best value on a policy. Contact Robert and let him know you heard about him on our podcast. Send him an email at rsmithjr@financialguide.com. That's rsmithjr@financialguide.com. Or call him at 504-394-6557. Protect your greatest asset as a CRNA, yourself and your ability to earn a living by adding disability insurance to your financial plan.
This is Jackie Rawls, President of the International Federation of Nurse Anesthetists. The International Federation of Nurse Anesthetists World Congress is on Šibenik, Croatia, May 2nd through 5th, 2022. www.wcna2022.org.
And now the candidates for Vice President. First, from Arizona, Kristie Hoch.
Hello, my name is Kristie Hoch, and I'm a candidate for AANA Vice President. I am running for Vice President because I found in my time on the board, serving on a subcommittee, that my passion is truly governance. And I think that if we can enhance our governance, make it more agile and useful to us, we can be proactive rather than reactive. And that is what we are seeing our membership wants. Not just our membership, but actually the residents that are in our nurse anesthesia programs and state and federal legislators. They are coming to us asking us questions, and we need to be able to support what we are saying to them. Recently, at the Assembly of Didactic and Clinical Educators, I stood in the faculty forum and I asked how many programs across the country are using the term resident to describe the people in our anesthesia programs. And about 45% of the people in the room raised their hands. And I know that there were many program directors who could not be at that meeting. I then turned and asked the pillars of our profession, the Council on Accreditation, the NBCRNA, and the AANA, to support the addition of this descriptor, because those in our programs are truly completing a residency. By the end of this year, it will be a doctorate program as the requirement for entry into practice. They are doing more and more clinical hours, the things that are being asked of them with the doctoral level projects. It is a doctorate program, and we should recognize that, because if we do not, how do we distinguish ourselves from the other anesthetists? I was at a state legislator's office. He was sponsoring an AA bill, and he was the Senate Majority Whip. So we pretty much thought that this bill was over. It's going to happen. And he asked about the programs, and in our state, would it impact those programs? And I, of course, said, yes, absolutely, of course it will, because we would lose clinical sites. And, you know, I feel very fortunate in that 81% of my graduates stayed within our state to begin their practice. And that's a huge number. And then I said, the thing that makes us different as far as my graduates is that they're a doctorate level. They can practice independently. They can bill independently, and they ensure access to care. The others do not. The AAs and their representatives who were sitting across the table said, oh, but we are your equals. No, no, you are not. in any way, shape, or form are you our equals. And they said, well, we may not have a doctorate, but we do the same practice that you do. No, you must be supervised. I do not need to be supervised. And the really interesting thing, and I think one of the things that really they couldn't argue, was that I told them my story of how I became a CRNA. I was a respiratory therapist, and it would have been very easy for me after I got home from Desert Storm, when I worked with them and found that I wanted to be a CRNA, to have gone to AA school. And I started looking into it, and I looked at their curriculum, and I found what their practice would be and where they could practice, and said, no, this isn't for me. I'm going to go become an RN. So I did that for a year. Then I worked in the ICU for a year, and then I was very fortunate after 1 year that I got into anesthesia school. And I think like everyone else, being a CRNA, it's the best profession in the world. And there's a reason that if you ask, over 90% of us say, we love what we do. My name is Kristie Hoch, and I am a candidate for AANA Vice President, and I would like to humbly ask for your vote.
Another vice presidential candidate from Florida, Debra Diaz.
Hi, my name is Debra Diaz, and I'm running for AANA Vice President. I feel very fortunate, and I'm humbly asking for your vote. We have 3 wonderful candidates, and I think that all of us would be able to serve the AANA very well. I think the reason why I feel qualified to do this is I've been actively serving the military and our members for decades. I think that I have always been member-driven, member-focused. I feel like I have walked the walk, talked the talk, and I'm here now at Mid-Year Assembly, which is my favorite meeting. I've been representing and talking about CRNAs and all the wonderful work that we've done in our profession. When I first got to be a CRNA, our motto was the best kept secret in anesthesia. And I'm here to say that we need to throw that motto out, and we need to be telling everybody what a great job that we do for our patients. And I want to be able to serve our members so that we can continue to move our profession forward and also make sure that everybody knows that we are the answer to anesthesia. And not just to be able to say these mottos, but we've been able to show over this past year, during COVID, over the past 2 years actually, that we've been on the front lines, always taking care of the patients. And I want to be able to showcase our profession. I want you to know that I will do everything in my power to also make sure that in the VA, we can join the other nurse practitioners and have autonomous practice. I have been a veteran. I retired at 24 years of service, and so the VA issue is a personal issue for me. So I just want to say again, my name is Debra Diaz. I'm running for AANA Vice President, and I really would appreciate your vote.
A vice presidential candidate from Virginia, Janet Setnor.
Hi, this is Jan Setnor. I am the AANA candidate for the vice president position, and I'm so excited to be running for this position. The last 2 years as the region director for the Great Republic of Region 2 has been an amazing experience. Working on the board for these 2 years, we have moved the needle in a number of different directions, getting really close to that full practice authority, making that permanent, dropping the supervision, and full practice as far as it is concerned with the Veterans Health Administration. I know we're going to get that this year. I'm determined, if that's the last thing I do, as well as the parity and reimbursement. There's a number of things that we've done. I can't make any promises about things because we work as a group. We have a strategic plan. We are going to enforce that strategic plan and complete it. This is Jan Setnor, and I am running for the position of AANA Vice President, and I want you to vote for me.
And now the candidates for treasurer. From Ohio, Jeffrey Molter.
Hi, everybody. My name is Jeff Molter, CRNA from the state of Ohio. I am running for the AANA treasurer. I have served on the AANA board for the last year and a half, and I have served on my state association for at least a decade. I look forward to serving you. I feel that I have some unique experience. I have my MBA. I've ran and managed an anesthesia group for 10 years in the state of Ohio, and I'm looking forward to serving you. We're going through a lot of unique changes here at the AANA, and I would like to be a part of that and bring some different ideas to this board and association, and I would appreciate your vote. My name is Jeff Molter, CRNA from the state of Ohio, and I am running for treasurer. Thank you.
Today's show is brought to you by the folks at CRNA Financial Planning, an independent consulting firm that offers financial planning services exclusively to CRNAs and their families. From planning for a child's future college expenses to building a predictable income stream in retirement, the firm is committed to offering you comprehensive financial services, customized to fit your unique needs and objectives. If you have questions about your financial future, get them answered. Call the team at 855-304-3748. That's 855-304-3748. Or go online to crnafinancialplanning.com. And now the candidates for directors. From Indiana, Jill Mason.
Hi, everybody. I'm Jill Mason, and I come from 20 years in South Carolina and 12 weeks in Indiana. And I've also fought for Florida as well, getting on their legislative meetings. I'm running for regional director of the AANA, and I'd just like to take this opportunity to tell you a little bit about myself and what I think is going to help me be a good regional director and why you should vote for me. So first off, I have a lot of experience going from different places, different practice models, and I trained in Chicago, but I moved to South Carolina immediately, spent the 20 years there doing medical direction, most of all. And then I switched over to academia and published 4 things. And now I'm at a full-time teaching position at a new nurse anesthesia program in Evansville, Indiana. And I've only been there 12 weeks, and I really do miss the sunshine of South Carolina, but we'll get used to it. I'm a previous military Air Force veteran from the Gulf War, and I've led my state for the past several years to remove supervision at the state level. We've not been very successful, but we are still chipping away at it, and now I've moved to Indiana, and that is also going to be a little bit of a challenge as well. The strategic goals of the AANA, I feel like I know them, and that's because my mentors have really engraved it into me already, using evidence-based practice, not only at the research level for our practice, but also to help with our evidence and economics at the state and the national level. I also believe that students really are the key to our future. So getting to work with them and teaching them the legislative way and the past and advocacy from an early on really gets them into the buy-in and only promotes our future. So I spend a lot of time with students, and they're so refreshing. As state president, we had a lot of battles, but I think I broke a lot of barriers because I'm not afraid to go over to the legislators who want to say no just automatically. And I feel like I can move the needle with them a little bit, and anything is helpful, And so those are one of the things. I'm very compassionate, and I'm active, engaged, and I want to reach out. I want to do our members right. I want to hear from every one of them. I'm a multi-state fighter, I believe. I don't have a home right now. So I think I bring a unique perspective to the director position, and I'm super eager to just hear from everybody and let them know what our association is. It's the only association fighting for us and why they need to belong. And I would appreciate your vote for me, Jill Mason, for regional director. Thank you.
Here's a director's candidate from North Carolina, Paul Packard.
Hello, I'm Paul Packard, and I'm running for AANA Director. I've practiced as a nurse for 30 years, with the past 14 years as a CRNA. I realized early on in my career that the importance of professional engagement, and made every effort to give back to this wonderful profession that has given me so much. My AANA service includes the AANA Finance Committee, including serving as chair. I chaired the Resolutions Committee, served on the AANA Association Management Services Board of Directors, and served on several task forces during that time. Looking around my home, the importance of remaining professionally engaged and having a strong professional association to advocate for us is omnipresent. Our ability to support our families, own a house, car, go on vacations, etc., all hinge on the safe and cost-effective care we provide. But we can't just do our 8 and hit the gate. We must continuously advocate for our profession and show up to the table, lest we become a has-been. My main goal is to serve the members of this great profession in a manner that keeps us moving toward the forefront of health care of tomorrow. I will show up, listen, stay abreast of the ever-changing healthcare landscape, and advocate for us. Once again, this is Paul Packard. Please vote for me as the AANA Director. Thank you.
a director's candidate from Illinois, Jennifer Banek.
My name is Jennifer Banek. I am a CRNA from Illinois. I practice both in Illinois and Wisconsin. I am running for AANA Board of Directors. Currently, I serve as the Illinois State President. I am also the PAC Chair for the state of Illinois and the PAC Chair for the National Association. I'm also a captain in the United States Army Reserve. So I am running for the AANA Board of Directors because I've served my state association and have brought a lot of interesting and innovative initiatives to the state of Illinois. In the last 4 years, I've increased our Political Action Committee fund almost fourfold, and I've additionally increased the number of our recurring investors in the Illinois Political Action Committee significantly to about almost 240 members who give to our PAC on a monthly basis. And I've done that by having peer-to-peer conversations with our colleagues, letting us know the importance of the PAC and how that can help us in Springfield. Additionally, most recently, I decided that we needed to change direction and we weren't getting the work product that we needed with our lobbyists. And so I instituted some changes where I went to the board and talked to them about some things that I thought our lobbyists should be doing. And we actually had an innovative approach. We hired a lobbyist from another state to come and serve as a subject matter expert in that search. So that was really beneficial. I think it brought an extra expert to the table to help us make sure that we were getting a really good product in our new lobbyist. Once again, my name is Jennifer Banek. Feel free to reach out to me on social media if you have any additional questions about my background or what I bring to the table. I'd be happy to talk to you. I'm running for AANA Board of Directors. I hope I can earn your vote.
Another candidate for directors from Virginia, Cathy Harrison.
Well, good afternoon. This is Cathy Harrison. I am a CRNA from Virginia, and I'm looking forward to spending a little time today just letting you know who I am and what I do. I have been in the anesthesia business for quite some time. As a matter of fact, it's kind of funny when I talk to other people, they say, so what is your number in the AANA? And I'm always one of those lower numbers. So that's one of the things that I think I bring to the table is a lot of experience in not only working in medical centers, but also I have an office-based anesthesia practice with dentists. So I look to our profession as something that there's something for everyone. And I'm a huge advocate for our members, our profession, and mostly our patients. So again, this is Cathy Harrison. I am running for regional director, and I look forward to getting your vote. Thank you.
A candidate for directors from Minnesota, Andrea Roberts.
Thank you, Sharon, for the opportunity to be with you today. I really appreciate the opportunity to tell everybody a little bit about me and why I'm choosing to run for director at large on the AANA Board of Directors. So my name is Andrea Roberts. First, I'd like to say I'm running with 6 amazing people on this ballot. And quite honestly, I'm just very appreciative of everybody's time, energy, and dedication. So thank you to the other 6 candidates who are running. A little bit about my background. I'm originally from South Carolina. I grew up in a military family, and with that life, I went to 13 different schools in 7 states before graduating high school in Alaska. I went to college in Seattle and did my nursing program in ROTC there. I was commissioned into the military and had my first duty assignment at Tripler, Hawaii. From there, I went to the Army School of Anesthesia at Fort Sam Houston in Fort Gordon, Georgia. I graduated in 2002, not long after what happened at 9/11. I did my first CRNA military assignment at Fort Wainwright, Alaska. As a civilian, I have worked in many states also. I worked in Delaware, Maryland, Minnesota, South Dakota, and Nebraska. I've worked in a variety of practice settings, including an ACT model, independent, and solo rural. I'm currently the program director at Mount Marty University, and I'm also president of the Minnesota Association of Nurse Anesthetists. There are several reasons why I'm running for director at large. I feel a calling, maybe even a sense of duty, to give back to my community. And that community includes my patients, my students, my colleagues, my state, and the national organization. I feel it's paramount to promote our organization, to promote our profession, and to focus on patient care and patient safety. I believe my background is quite varied and I'm quite adaptable. I worked in the military, the civilian world, and in education. I believe my background can contribute to generating new ideas, working with an incredible think tank. I do believe that our organization is facing some struggles. I think we have been, as an organization, addressing them, but I'd like to be more help to the solution. I believe that CRNAs are facing burnout and compassion fatigue, mental health issues, and substance abuse issues. I also believe that our SRNAs are experiencing those same issues. We have a great foundation in place with the AANA peer assistance, and I'd like to help this go farther. I believe engagement can be better. I believe that starts with the students, with the faculty members. I believe as faculty, those of us in education, it's an obligation to practice what we preach. I think we should do the do and lead by example. And another topic I'm very passionate about is full practice authority in the Veterans Healthcare Administration. As someone who served in the military, I've been able to provide full scope of care to our military members, and I strongly believe CRNAs should be able to provide the same unsupervised scope of care to our veterans. What I bring to the table is energy, experience, and hopefully new ideas and inspiration. Thank you for the opportunity to let me tell you a little about me. What I really want to do is hear about you, the members. Tell me your stories. Talk to me about what your challenges and struggles are, what you believe needs to be a priority. I want to be a true voice of the members, hear your concerns, and help provide solutions. So thank you for listening. My name is Andrea Roberts, and I'm a candidate for the Director at Large on the Board of Directors. I humbly ask for your vote.
Another director's candidate from Iowa, Randy Cornelius.
Hello, my name is Randy Cornelius. I am running for AANA Director. Originally from Iowa. Actually, I am still living in Iowa. I'm running for AANA Director again. I ran last year on the platform of leadership development. If you look at the AANA's mission of protecting, supporting nurse anesthesiology, to achieve that is through leadership development. I have a military background. Actually, I have about 32 years combined service. I was an enlisted personnel. Started out as a helicopter mechanic, became a medic, commissioned as a nurse anesthetist in the Army Reserves. We get trained and taught how to understand strategic achievements. In one of my classes, we were taught of how to identify the proper goal. Because if you don't identify the proper goal to achieve it, you'll never achieve the full mission. Think of Operation Overlord, D-Day. Well, that was just one piece of winning the war in Europe. And to me, I've identified leadership development. AANA, I know, is moving forward to a program where you can pay to get into it, be taught leadership. But to me, I'll give credit to Sharon Pierce for starting the Region 2 leadership courses. And Region 2 has done an amazing job of that. And I think other regions need to start doing that, is bring it down to a region level to train state leaders. That will then get our foot in the door. We have our leaders trained at the state levels. We can get people into state government, federal government, no longer having our oppositions having more say than us. So just being represented in all of it, where get us into the hospital suites, being better business models. That's the platform I'm running on. Also, last year, if you listened to me, being a military individual, I can get put into situations. I'm not a part of that team that was sent over. I've gone to 2 deployments to Afghanistan. The surgical teams I was with was already in place, so I had to hit the ground running and learn to be a team member very, very quickly. So that's one of my strengths is adaptability, the team player, a listener. I will say my one weakness, though, is I'm a very passionate person, and when I'm passionate about something, I can get very heated about something. I just tell people, just give me a couple minutes, let me cool off. I will also listen to what other people are saying. So I just want to thank everybody for their support and ask for your vote and listen to the debates or the questions that are on Monday.
A candidate for directors from Louisiana, Tracy Young.
Hi, my name is Tracy Young. I am from Louisiana, and I'm running for the AANA Board of Director position this year. I have 21 years of experience as a CRNA, 10 years of experience in state leadership with 2 terms as president. While president, I developed programs for membership recruitment, retention, and engagement that has resulted in a strong and deep leadership pipeline in our state for many years to come. I have over 5 years of AANA national leadership experience on committees, from Nominations Committee, which I chaired for 1 year, 2 years on the Finance Committee. I was on the AANA Foundation Audit Committee for several years as well, and I helped on various task forces for the AANA. In my non-AANA life, I serve as founder and CEO of a large anesthesia management company that provides exclusive anesthesia services in 7 states. As CEO, I lead a clinical and non-clinical team of nearly 1,000 individuals. Our organization has been instrumental in converting many facilities from MD-centric models to CRNA-centric anesthesia delivery models, thus increasing CRNA's sphere of influence across many external stakeholders. I also speak nationally for many state associations and universities on anesthesia business, leadership, entrepreneurship, compliance, and billing in order to help the next generation of CRNA leaders win in the marketplace. My background of executive leadership and long history of financial management in large organizations is unique and should bring a diversity of thought and experience to the AANA Board of Directors. If elected to serve as director of our great association, I promise to be prepared, engaged, and use my many years of boardroom experience to make the best fiduciary and strategic decisions I can for all CRNAs. Thank you for your consideration, and thank you to all the other candidates who have stepped up to run as well. My name is Tracy Young, and I'm running for AANA Board of Directors. Thank you.
We hope you've enjoyed meeting this year's candidates in the AANA 2022 election. And thank you to the candidates for participating in our special edition of Beyond the Mask. Have you thought about what would happen if you weren't able to work for 2 or 3 years? You know, on average, 25% of people will file a disability claim, and most of us aren't prepared for that loss of income. Every CRNA needs to protect their biggest asset, yourself, and your ability to earn with a disability insurance policy. We recommend contacting Robert Smith, a master disability insurance specialist with more than 30 years of experience and 1,800 CRNA clients, to find the coverage that fits you best. The best way to do that is to send him an email at rsmithjr@financialguide.com. That's rsmithjr@financialguide.com. Or call him at 504-394-6557. Beyond the Mask is made possible by the team at CRNA Financial Planning. With almost 2 decades of experience, the firm guides CRNAs through the complexities of investing and financial planning. Schedule a free consultation today by calling 855-304-3748 or go online to crnafinancialplanning.com.
Hi, this is Jackie Rolls, President of the International Federation of Nurse Anesthetists and President and founder of Our Hearts, Your Hands, a global anesthesia support community that takes donations to allow nurse anesthetists in low and middle income countries to go to educational programs, buy equipment, or textbooks. Your donations are tax deductible, and we would appreciate your support.
OSA EMR is a free anesthesia EMR developed by CRNAs that you can download and use on an iPad. Our nonprofit mission is to make sure that solo and small practice CRNAs can digitally record their anesthetics. To learn more, visit osaemr.com to download and consider donating to our cause. Remember, for CRNAs, data is destiny.
Be sure to subscribe to the show on Apple Podcasts, Google Podcasts, Spotify, Stitcher, and anywhere you like to listen to shows. Also, be sure to check out BeyondTheMaskPodcast.com. Each episode is posted there with a corresponding blog post, and we timestamp important parts of the episode to help you quickly get to the content you're looking for. Also, check out the special series section on the site. You can follow along and catch up on the CRNA History Series, episodes specifically about political conversations in the industry. Or try the CRNA Personal Finance Series. It's all on BeyondTheMaskPodcast.com. And if you have a question for the show or want to be a guest, or even suggest a particular topic, fill out the contact form on the site or send an email directly to us at info@BeyondTheMaskPodcast.com. And lastly, let's take the conversation social. Check out our Beyond the Mask podcast Facebook page and Facebook group.